What's up everyone, it's Trainer Del, and in this video I have for you my Gisa Glorious Resurrector deck profile. Now, she was kind of revealed very early on in the Innistrad Midnight Hunt previews, and I thought it was just a more fair, I guess, casual Turgrid, and I thought that was kind of cool. I like that you get to be a little more selective in what you do instead of just like, discard from everybody's hands, like just make everyone like destroy the whole field, whatnot. Somehow just make her into it's not really destroying because they have to sacrifice or discard. But I just thought this looked cool, and like I wanted to build a Gisa deck, but you know, the first one was in a commander deck and wasn't ever really reprinted until soon we got previews for the Commander Black, so she'll be back there. First time in foil, I believe, that we can get her. Then the Giraffe and her brother and her in Shadows over Innistrad, I think it was. Was it Shadows they came out in, or the other one, the Eldritch Moon? I can't really remember, but that was more for like casting zombies and stuff. So I wasn't really interested in like a zombie tribal deck, to be honest. This deck is just very like, that's all the removal spells, kind of, sort of, and I just thought it was just like funny. It was like I said, a fair Turgrid. So let's just get into it. This is a different style of, I guess, deck profile that I'm doing and showing off. But let's get started with Gisa, Glorious Resurrector. She is a 4/4, 2 and 2 black legendary creature, human wizard. And if a creature an opponent controls would die, exile it instead. And at the beginning of your upkeep, put all creature cards exiled with Gisa, Glorious Resurrector, onto the battlefield under your control, and they gain Decayed. I think it's just really fair. You can't really do much. You can't like control them forever, because if you attack with them, obviously they're sacrificed. But you know, there's things you can do with that. This is my first build of it. Working on it. There's some cards I know I need to get out there, like Conjurer's Closet. I definitely need that. But yeah, and if you saw the Midnight Hunt set booster opening I did, you see that I was able to pull the art card and this awesome, you know, the versions of it. But yeah, let's get right into it. The main part of the deck is all the removal, basically instant speed stuff. Not all of it's instant speed, but you know, instant speed's really good because you want to hopefully do it when it's about to be your turn. So this one does each opponent sacrifices a creature. You control Liliana Planeswalker, which I don't. Then each opponent also discards a card, but it's mainly here because it's opponents. It's just like, it doesn't really affect me much. So yeah. Sudden Edict, this one just targets someone, but it has split second, so that no one can really do anything. Inferno Grasp, Doomblade, and Go for the Throat. Power Word Kill all instant spells, 1 in a black. These all have restrictions on what they can kill, but this one doesn't. You just gotta lose 2 life, and I think that's so cool. Just barely came out in the Midnight Hunt. Feed the Swarm. This is sorcery speed, but you can destroy a target creature or even enchantment. You just lose some life, but it's all good. Malicious Affliction. This card is like Doomblade, but it's 2 black mana, and it has the added bonus of if a creature died this turn, then you can copy it and just choose a new target for the copy. Farika's Libation. But yeah, just target opponent sacrifice a creature, or they can sacrifice enchantment. So if they got 1 enchantment that's just dragging the thing down, might as well. Hellish Rebuke. This kind of reminds me of like, I don't know, Mirror Force in a sense. Well, not really Mirror Force because you still take damage, but just until the end of turn, permanents your opponent control gain. When this permanent deals damage to the player who casts Hellish Rebuke, sacrifice this permanent. So if they're coming after me with, you know, and I can survive the attack, then I might as well make them lose their whole board and sacrifice it. Like, I'll get exiled because they'll be sacrificed, and then Gisa will, you know, take them, hopefully. Soul Shatter, just like Liliana's Triumph, it's just everybody, it's each opponent sacrifices a creature or Planeswalker with the highest CMC. Sadly, can't take Planeswalker, but that's fine. Instant speed, Murder, Eldritch Reborn, Way each opponent again sacrifices a creature, and then, you know, each one ain't too bad. Each saga piece. There's Turgid, and honestly, she was originally in this deck, but I just didn't like it. I wanted it to be fair and have some fun taking some of my opponent's stuff in, like, I'd have like a restriction on myself, you know, like I need to jump through hoops. I can't just build stacks and just, you know, keep sacrificing everybody else's stuff. But yeah, it's cool. Foretell, and then each player sacrifices 2 creatures, so do it for 5 or for 4, but after paying 2. Dance Macabre. Each player sacrifices a non-token creature, then roll a d20 and add the toughness of the creature you sacrifice this way, and then 1 through 14, just return 1, but 15 and plus, you can do 2 of the creatures that were sacrificed. In Garruk's Wake, just destroy all creatures I don't control and all planeswalkers. I think I also need Plague Wind. I don't have that. And no one around here really does. Probably gonna take a trip to Frankensons. So yeah, it's all cool. Just because she has to stay on the field reading the rulings if she's removed from the field. Because at first I had some cards like Necromantic Selection, Feigned Death, and then technically Gisa would become a new game piece on the board. So they would exile, but they won't come back. That's what I believe the ruling is. Let me know, you know, if that's not true. Let me know. And then Viscera Seer starts off the creature portion. And I believe you can respond. So let's say if you do get creatures from your opponents that and then they get decayed, and then you're just like, yeah, I'll attack with them. I believe before they're sacrificed, you can, you know, do instant speed stuff, like sacrifice it to scry 1. So that's why Viscera Seer is here. Leadenmere to just a little ramp creature. Port Cutthroat, some aristocrat stuff, Priest of Forgotten Gods, some aristocrat stuff in a sense. Burnished Heart for some extra mana. Morbid Opportunist. Really cool. Whenever one or more creatures die, draw a card, and it only activates once per turn, which I think is it's a fine little like handicap balance thing. I'm hoping to, like, you know, destroy creatures on different turns. So hopefully I get to draw some cards with this. Varagoth, the Bloodsky Sire. This is like the only way to search in this deck. I don't have extra copies of like Demonic Tutor and Vampiric Tutor. I was thinking about doing some proxy stuff with it, just adding in proxies, but, you know, sometimes I like just having a deck not have proxies. So this is one of the decks that I don't really want to put proxies in. I just want to, you know, take to locals or to play with in a commander group. So just the only way to, like, search. Demon's Disciple, Fleshbag Marauder, and Playcrafter. I would say these are the boys. I just need Merciless Executioner, and then the what is it? The Spider-Man villain friends, the boys can be together. They all basically do the same thing. When they enter the battlefield, each player sacrifices a creature. This one can do Planeswalker, and this one, if they can't do creature or Planeswalker, then they discard a card. I think Merciless Executioner is just the same as Fleshbag Marauder, so hopefully I can get him too. Midnight Reaper, like I said, if creatures will be dying, and if it's stuff I control, like creatures with Decayed after I attack with them, or sacrifice them for value, then yeah, I lose a life and draw a card. Solemn, because it's Solemn. Dread Presence, which I think is really good in any basically mono black deck, because whenever you play a swamp, which there's so many swamps in here, you can draw a card, lose a life, or even damage someone and gain some life. Magus of the Abyss, to make everyone sacrifice a creature, or at least destroy a non-artifact creature they control. Sangromancer, to take advantage of all that and gain some life. Harvester of Souls, creatures will be dying, so ways to draw cards. Put your Malik here away for, like, if this dies or another creature you control dies, and each opponent sacrifices a creature. Just ways to get opponents to sacrifice creatures, especially indestructible creatures, be really good. And hopefully take them with Gisa. Shieldred, Whispering One, oh, so unfair. Swamp Walk can bring something back during my upkeep, and then at every opponent's upkeep, they gotta sacrifice a creature. And I'm playing Urborg, so the Swamp Walk, she'll get through. Then we go to the draw package. So Village Rites, Altar's Reap and Deadly Dispute are all kind of the same thing in a sense. They're all here to sacrifice a creature. This one also can do an artifact, but draw 2 cards. And this one also creates a treasure token. So yeah, hopefully, like I said, if I want to swing through, if I am able to take big creatures and just swing through with them and they have to be sacrificed because they have decayed, then, well, at least I can instant speed sack them for some value. Silent Blade to draw, Read the Bones, Funeral Rites, Unworld Connections. Probably switch one of these two for, like, I want to get that Commander Black collection, so I believe Phyrexian Arena's in there, so Phyrexian Arena is going to be swapped out for one of these. Ancient Craving Ambition cost, both the same thing. 4 mana to draw 3 cards and lose 3 life. It's fine. Bitter Revelation, losing 2 life, but look at the top 4 cards, and then you just put 2 of them in the hand, 2 in the graveyard. Greed, classic draw card, and I guess I lied. I have the Diabolic Tutor, which is, I guess, a fair tutor. It's 4 mana, so, you know, it's not too crazy. You can't really do it the first 2 turns, I guess, unless you Soul Ring turn 1. But at that point, everything is accelerated when you have Soul Ring. But yeah, Dark Ritual. This is the ramp stuff. Soul Ring, Arcane Signet, Charcoal Diamond, Felwar Stone, and Mind Stone. Yeah, cheap ways to ramp. This, although a ritual, so one-time effect, but everything else pretty good. Letter of Acceptance, Commander Sphere. These are here to, you know, add mana. Basically, I can only really add black, really, but also sacrifice to draw a card if need be. Then Unstable Obelisk, gain colorless mana, but for basically 7 mana in this. Yeah, sacrifice it to destroy target permanent. Then we go to the utility section, the utility cards. We got Expedition Map here, so I can get Cabal Coffers or Urborg if I have the other one, but yeah, help out. Sentinel Totem, Graveyard Hate, Lightning Greaves, and Swiftfoot Boots. These are here because I want to basically, obviously, protect Gisa, have them not target her and stuff. But also, when the creatures come back, they're during your upkeep. So I believe they can't really attack. So if you want them to attack or activate, you know, abilities if they have any, well, these are here to give them haste. Isochrome Scepter, so I could, any of those like instant speed kill spells, especially Liliana's Triumph would be really good to imprint. Cold Storage, 4 mana artifact that you can, you know, pay 3 to put a target creature you control in cold storage, and then when you sacrifice it, you put all creature cards on cold storage into play. So I believe they're like moved, like they're not on the battlefield, and then when they come back, they'll lose any counters, any stuff like that. So they'll lose the decayed wording. That's what I believe. That's what this does. And Conjurer's Closet is like the same thing, except it's like a once per turn thing. And then I think there's another one, Synod Sanctum. So I gotta pick up those other 2. When, if there's any other cards like this, try to find them. Phyrexian Reclamation, just a card I love. Obviously, any deck that runs black. Just for 2 mana, 1 in a black, pay 2 life, and return target creature card from graveyard to the hand. It's just being a 1-mana enchantment is really cool. I think I think this has been on the come up, but for a while it was like super cheap, like $3, $4. No one was playing it, but more and more that I've talked about it, more and more I've seen more people play it. So I think that's cool. It's a nice little value card. Ghoulish Procession, new card from Innistrad, Midnight Hunt, where if 1 or more non-token creatures die, then I create a 2/2 black zombie creature with Decayed. It only activates once per turn, but like I said, I'm hoping to, you know, kill a creature maybe 2 times in a rotation. And not even with just like kill spells, but like, you know, forcing my opponents to block or just doing some old things. So hopefully that triggers more than once a rotation. Shadows of the Past, whenever a creature dies, scry 1. So card selection, really good. Creatures will be dying. This is what the deck's about. And then Each opponent loses 2 life and you gain 2 life. Activate this ability only if there are 4 or more creature cards in your graveyard. Second one doesn't really come up often, but sometimes. But mainly it's here for the first part. And then Dictate of Erebos, which, you know, should be in the removal section, but it can't really remove anything on its own. So I put it here in the utility stuff because, you know, it works. Whenever a creature you control dies, each opponent sacrifices a creature, just like Butcher of Malakir. Yeah, especially when you're sacrificing things to Viscera, like your opponent's things that you stole with Gisa, and then make them have to sacrifice their own stuff. So that's, like I said, this deck is more about jumping through hoops to get that stuff done. It's possible, but at least in my mind, it's not as unfair as Turgid, who just, it's also discard, and just she gets the stuff right away. We got Ghost Quarter to take any unnecessary lands, Scavenger Grounds for more graveyard hate, Gaia Reach Sanitarium in case I need to draw some more, Blighted Fen as a 5 mana, technically 6 because you kind of lose out on this. Way to target opponent has to sacrifice a creature. Temple of the False God adds 2 mana if you have more. Urborg Cabal Coffers, and then great value Cabal Coffers, Cabal Stronghold to you know, get some more mana. This has to be obviously basic swamps. This is just each swamp. Castle Lochthwain, draw stuff. Mortuary Mire, get something back. Bajuka Bog, more graveyard hate. Barren Moor and Desert of the Glorified to, you know, if I need it, cool, play it early game, they come in tap. But if I don't need it later in the game, just cycle it away to draw another card. And I believe there's like 21 swamps. The rest of this is just filled out of swamps. So yeah, I want to match having all these ones. I think these look cool. Although I wouldn't mind this one either, but yeah, so maybe half and half on it. I'll see. But yeah, let me know what you guys think about this way. You know, I've been putting decks, like especially EDH decks, in different sections anyways, to show like the sections, like the draw, the ramp, the utility, the creatures, you know, instants and sorceries. Although that's why there's not really like an instant and sorcery area, because I realize that sometimes they do just different things. So yeah, let me know how you like this way of me doing a deck profile. Anyways, thank you so much for watching. All right, peace.